Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to dive into a question about your digital life that, you might not have ever even thought to ask. It's about who or what is actually in charge of your most personal possession, your memories.
So this question, it's really at the heart of everything we're going to explore today. I mean, think about it. When your phone pops up a photo from this day 5 years ago, it feels super personal, right? But was it your choice to remember that specific moment? Or was that moment chosen for you?
You see, for most of human history, our memories just formed, organically. They were this whole messy mix of the good, the bad, the super important, and the totally trivial, all kind of laid out on a timeline inside our heads. But now, we're shifting. We're moving towards this curated perception, where algorithms are picking and choosing a version of our past, and they're not optimizing for what's real or accurate, they're optimizing for one thing: engagement.
So who are these curators anyway? Well, let's call them what they are: the memory architects. These are the hidden algorithms, right? The invisible forces that are actively rewriting your personal history. And, get this, even your perception of time itself.
Okay, so how does this actually work? Like, in the real world? Well, it all starts with your past. You know those on this day or year-in review features? They feel like a nice, friendly little service, but what they're really doing is building a biased story about who you are.
And it's so important to get this. This is not random at all. It's a process called algorithmic selection. The system is literally sifting through your entire life and cherry-picking the moments that got the most engagement. The photos with tons of likes, happy comments, all that good stuff. The whole point is to make you feel good so you keep on scrolling. Okay, let's just think about your actual life for a second. If you were to map it out, most of it, like the vast majority, is just the mundane stuff, right? The daily commute, doing laundry, grabbing coffee. Then you've got a slice for the tough times, the hard stuff. And then there's this pretty small slice left over for those truly peak, amazing moments.
But here's the thing. The algorithm, it pretty much ignores all that mundane stuff, and it definitely tries to erase the difficult times. It points right at that tiny little slice of peak moments. So what's the result? You end up being fed this constant highlight reel of your own life. It replaces the messy, complicated, real you with this polished, always happy brand.
All right, but it's not just about the past. This whole thing is also messing with the present. The very fabric of how we experience the here and now is being completely warped by that endless scroll. And this leads to a cognitive state that the source material calls, and I love this, temporal soup. See, our brains are hardwired to understand stories. Things with a beginning, a middle, and an end. But the social media feed, it just throws all of that out the window. Everything gets mixed together into this soup. So your brain is forced to deal with this constant, disjointed stream of stuff. It's a phenomenon called nonlinear fragmentation.
It goes something like this. 1 second, you're watching a nostalgic clip from a 90s movie.
Then, bam, the very next thing is a live news update happening right now.
And then you're looking at a meme that went viral, 5, 6 years ago? The distant past, the immediate present, the recent past, it's all just jumbled together in one big, continuous, context-free stream. And what this does is create a kind of manufactured urgency. That trending now tab becomes the only thing that feels important, the only now that matters. It makes something that happened just last year feel like ancient history, simply because it's not trending anymore.
But it gets even wilder. These memory architects, they're not happy just rewriting your past and warping your present. Oh no, now they're actually moving on to programming your future.
And they do this by planting what you could call pre-memories. Here's how it works. Step 1, your data suggests you might be into something. Let's say a specific vacation spot. Step 2, you start seeing targeted ads for that place over and over, making it feel weirdly familiar. And then, step 3, you suddenly decide you need to go on that vacation. And the craziest part is, it feels like it was your idea all along, not a suggestion that was carefully planted in your brain.
And this whole thing goes even deeper, especially with the rise of generative AI. We're stepping into an age of, synthetic realities. Deepfakes and AI-generated images are starting to erode what psychologists call evidence memory. I mean, think about it. If you literally can't trust what you see with your own 2 eyes, how is your brain supposed to store it as a real, solid memory? Okay, I know. This all sounds pretty overwhelming. It's easy to feel like we're totally powerless here. But the source material makes a really clear point. Just understanding how all this works, getting a handle on the physics of this digital world, that is the absolute first, most essential step to taking back control.
So where do we go from here? Look, this isn't about doom and gloom. It's a call to action. It's all about shifting from being a passive consumer of your own life story to achieving what you could call active digital autonomy.
And the good news is there are actual practical tools you can start using right now. First, adopt a skeptical mindset. Always ask yourself, why am I being shown this? Don't just consume it. Second, try some digital minimalism. Turn off those notifications and break the feedback loop. Also, make a real effort to seek out analog experiences. Spend time offline intentionally. And finally, actively diversify your sources. You have to consciously pop that algorithmic bubble.
So we end right back where we started, but hopefully with a totally new perspective. Your time, your memories, these are the literal building blocks of who you are. So now that you know a little more about the hidden architecture that's trying to shape them, the final question really is for you. Who are you going to let be the architect?